Rotangana hafu enifano ka Red Dice Pictures nenga zande kadibidzwa tendani lady MUSHASHA renabona musi richikorabalesa bafumakadzi na lunako self love uhone Fhatuwani Matshoko udoribvisera kagara kadana musi Fhatu hutwita
Nendio usavone lady T.
Nando takaranga manda.
Yes.
Zvitosumbedza zvauri izvo zvine rakadhamba ngazvo uzvothe.
Of course, look at me, I'm looking at my skin.
Yeah, ndikofuna ngamanda.
I do try.
Yeah, ndikofuna ngamanda confident hino. Fhatu,
Yes.
kharabale se self love ngauti wangaredza ndimini kamfumakazi.
Beautiful. Thanks for that question. You know, beautiful, it's purely self-love, right? So self-love iya ngauri wonyi, right? And odidiva no difuna. So difuna from the inside out, and obviously just to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you will be able to take on the world. And obviously self-love is confidence. So when you have self-love, yambori udifuna woto raro. Osa chenche uva iwe mune.
Zvine wabazvone.
Wabazvone, yes.
Okay, Fhatu, musirisa toto jena deep into details.
Yes.
Kharidwamba nga Fhatu eni mune utakuwa hawe, ualuwa hawe, achisvikela hune ava hone ngachino chipinga.
You know, it's a long story, but ndidozama ngandira zoto ndikate short. Fhatuwani ndi muzana we I've always dreamt of being big. I've always dreamt of being my own woman. A woman that doesn't depend on a man to survive. A man that doesn't depend on maybe my parents or anything. A woman that depends on me. A woman that knows that no obstacle can take her down. So by me saying that, ndo urera ndishitandani. Ndichifuna badi vaputuko nyanga ndichifuna so beauty. Ndo bienda Miss Makado.
Okay.
Which is Loitrichet. This was 2005, but that's a long time ago. Ndichi general badi suze zotonga nami ndo jena Mopani. I was Miss Mopani, Miss Zotpan's back, you name it. So ndaduzubonozor no, beauty is my thing. Right?
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to be a doctor, like you know how everyone
Okay.
has always either wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer.
Raenda parichiova zvine richatoda
You
zvone.
understand? So ndoura ndikonya gova zvone zvezvo. And then ndajena chikeva.
Okay.
Ndajena chikeva, I realized, okay, I need to go back home, which was Chitandani Habe. Ngor this side, Vomara this side. So I had to go back to Chitandani. Ndimuzano urisira onga makruawe. Ndaumera ndadzona makuranga papo Matshoko. Amachoko ndifetera rikuhura ra una mabasi una business na zvaso. Mara ndichihura ndatongono bona Matshoko vamkala vavono dituwa. So you know, this is something where I'm trying to say here, it's business wise.
Yeah.
We've always been in my blood. So ndichumera ngeshitandani I realized, okay, I'm going to finish grade 12. Dojena Sweet Waters, LT Villas, you name it. So later on I realized I need to go to Bloemfontein. Right? Because that's where everybody in Chikeva was going. So my parents sat down with me and they're like, you know, we don't have money to take you to school.
Yeah.
But we'll try our best. They did that. We went to Bloemfontein. I was there for not long. Ndajena chikoro hasukeza hakanyana bukati because of financials. So everybody like kabuyayani and whatnot. I was like, no, I'm not gonna come back. Because now at that point, that's the point where I was thinking, well, what are people going to say?
Yeah.
Because now, obviously, if it's a grade 12, ndai umera ndai chikoroni. So ndichibe abukati ya mwa but what are people going to say?
But what the remain the neighbors what the remain.
Do you understand? Because now, obviously, the fact it has a contest, then why is she coming back? You know, stuff like that just played in my mind. But then I realized, okay, I'll just wait to reach Varonga and then Then I went back home. When I got back home, my grandmother said to me, you know what? The one thing that you need to do and that you need to find inside you is find passion. She said, if you find passion, you'll never work a day in your life. And Zura Kambirianga. And I was like, she's right. Because now, did they end up on this creator? Because when I went to Bloemfontein, I wanted to do biochemistry.
So, ziyamba zori makuru wenga ingwendira botaba mbeu kaye.
Yes.
Ya uri akono diwana ene ashitakuwa aima.
You know. So at that time, it was really a difficult time in our family, financial-wise, you know. So I went back home, and once she said that, I was like, okay, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Me and I have been in Matshoko, the Morungi Murani. But Zulana never, Mananga, Nindia Runga. Why I said in the Muslim so rungo unknown. And then risenge ze cherede, reconomy such corona. But the zonda since Abianga, that no, mommy, that's your dream, not mine. But udoita mean, get you, you know, it's the one, and I'll go to my grade, first year. And now you're just asking yourself, Ashia Jobek, what's going to happen? And the kanji kechishila shwinga never when I worry most girls read the you know. So my mom was just thinking that if anatua udoitia minikaya, that you just need to trust me. Nendo urando lamzana rune bangasi aba for chifi hoyi but kana guy mini. No. Most of my friends were guys. But when it comes to the world, I was not mostly with the world, you know. So I was like to my mom, you just need to trust me. And I didn't know where I was going.
Yeah.
Funny enough. And the one thing about Fhatuwani is I'm a believer. When I say I'm a believer, I mean I pray. I believe and I trust in God. And for some reason, I knew God had a plan for me, but I just didn't know what, you know. And at that point, it was quite difficult. And I'm in the bus. And for some reason, a call rang. It was a really good friend that once helped me a long time ago. I'm just checking up on you. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Then we started talking. And then realized I'm crying. What's up? Are you okay? Then I started explaining. It's like, no, don't worry. I cheated. I'd say, Joe back. Okay, good. So then it meant I had a place where I could stay, right, for the nights.
A friend
which was more of a family friend, right? So ndichene pala ndasvika ndana vudzura na mina zvote ndatori chitori changa na mina vazvipesesa fine. I was like, okay, I also have a friend in Midrand. Haba tundaba mudao. I'm we're just talking as a friend. She's my best friend. So as we're talking, it's like, friend, where are you? I tell her. And then she's like, no, come to President Park tomorrow. Look at this. I had a place where I slept. The next day, like I said, God had other plans.
Yeah. When
I got there, funny enough, she's like, no, what I'm doing now, I'm taking a gap year. So we can just stay together and see what we can do. Okay, perfect. Then that's when we started doing like the modeling. So if you go online and you Google Fhatu and like there's the songs I did, like Love Vaka's music video, you know, extras on Generations and stuff. But when people are seeing that, they didn't know what was really happening deep down. When people see me on extras, they will be like, oh my God, look at her. But you don't know what is really happening. You understand what I'm saying? And at that point, even when I'm being an extra, I'm not staying at my own place. I'm not staying at home. I'm staying at a family, you know, it's a friend's family and whatnot. So we just did that. We did modeling, which was great, right? Just along the line, just cut the story short. She decided to go back home. She said, no, stay here. I stayed there. Kotsiawa used to literally take me like 1 hour. You know, my dad was there, but he was never really there for me. So what then happened was that, you know what I want you to do, that was telling me, I'll help you to go to school. Right? So okay, we'll give you a bursary. Go look and we'll see what you want to do. We do media studies and what. I said, that's exactly what I would like to do. Then I went to Bramfontein. That one was, there was a Benham College there next to the, you know, the Mandela Bridge. There's a college on the other side. We went there. I decided, okay, that's exactly what I would like to do. Just a few down the line, now, so I was like, whoa, what's really happening? Fine. We moved from where we were staying. We then stayed in Irene Farm Village.
And the breakdown after that?
The breakdown, yeah.
I
took it like that.
Okay.
Like one thing about me, whatever happens, I take it as it is. So I just said, okay, it's fine. Went back, obviously, I was staying in the house, not going anywhere. Then I decided, no, I'm not going to let this take me down. Then I went to the courses on Cornerstones, a computer. 2 weeks course training.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, I can do this? And then that call center, I did exactly that. And then when I did call center, I went in. I'm like, okay, I can get a job in Ndawamini call center. So that's exactly what I did. Once I'm done doing that, now I'm Shumoa, the call center, but it was one of those fly-by-night things. So I was like, no, this is not going to work. So fine, we're staying there. We moved to Irene Farm Village. And funny enough, there was the stepmother. She was not really so nice to me. When I say so nice, there was a point where I literally became a housemaid, basically.
Okay.
Cleaning, you name it, everything. But at that point, I was saying to myself, it's okay because I have a roof over my head. My mom didn't even know what was happening. All I would tell her, I'm okay. Mianga could only send me 300 Rand a month. And there's toiletries as a goal. And, holos. 300 was still not enough. And then I said to myself, you know what? You got this. At this point, what matters is there's a roof over your head. And that's enough. And then I found this little book. It's blue in color. I wrote down exactly what it is that I wanted to achieve in my life. The first thing I wrote there was, I will go to one of the most expensive schools. God, I don't know how, but it will happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to be one of the best ever known people in this world, but known for goodness, known to help. And I wrote all my dreams. But one thing that was there that I prayed so much every single day was for me to go to school, to be able to, help at home and stuff like that. So every single day now and then I would pray, manifest, do my devotions, pray about it. Then it came a time where I decided, you know what? I'm always about asking and asking and asking to God. How about I just start thanking Him for the opportunity, for the fact that I'm alive, for the fact that I'm here and there's not so many things that are happening to me. I'm safe, as much as there are days where I would go without eating. Days where I would not have tissue.
Yeah.
Those things were hidden from me. But I continued on. And the one thing I kept doing was trusting and praying to God. And then this other day, my dad came back and he used to call me Gele. He's like, Gele, come here. I came. He gave me 50 Rand. Just next to Irene Farm Village, there is Irene Farm, as in the mall. I was happy. I'm like, whoa, I can go out.
Yeah.
I can get ice cream. Walking down, I went to Irene. I saw this board. What was happening to me at that point in life was I'm a teenager. And as a teenager, you start experiencing certain things with your body and your hormones.
Yeah.
And with me, I was going through a lot of stress. My face changed completely. Where I started getting like mapundu, kopeni, and whatnot. And at this point, remember, as in the beginning, as I'm explaining, I did like the modeling.
Yes.
So as I went to the mall, I went past a place called Classical, and then I saw a board written down, microdermabrasion, hemorrhoids, breakouts, what. And then I went inside there, and there was this beautiful lady. For some reason, we just started talking about skin, talking about stuff like that. And it actually ended up us having to change numbers, her telling me where she went to school, and the works, right? I took the numbers, fine, I bought the ice cream, went back home. All right, few down the lines, I'm like thinking, okay, I need to go and find out the school. But I was talking to her more with makeup because I thought, let me do theater makeup because I'm quite good with drawing. Like I can really draw.
Maybe come search kadiwa hene po stokunyana Phatu umujena hanwani. Ndiko to dauri amba zungu zitu hapo, which was very touching.
Yeah.
Deep down.
Yes.
Ndiko to dauri ri ambe ngahazo.
Okay.
Hezwila zwithu. Kari ambe ngahazo musi chipinga cha musi achiswikela hone adzumbeliwa zwithu. And you don't even have anything at all.
No.
Ori kari ambe ngahayo he situation. Rich kotoda o vukolola. I know or sometimes it might be painful for you to retrieve all the memories, but let's talk about it.
All right. So I like that you asked that. Let's talk about it. You know, I posed and I became quite a little bit emotional. But funny enough, most of the times I actually smile. Why? Because when that happened, it actually made me who I am today. And that's why I was just going to finish that part and you'll understand why.
Yeah.
So let me finish there, you'll see, right? So what I was still saying, at this point, food and things that are basic, that it's a need, things that I couldn't really afford. I couldn't really get because I couldn't afford certain things were being hidden. I couldn't even tell
Your
anyone
father.
or even the family. Because at this point, this is not my family. How do I say this and let the wife be taken out when I'm not even a daughter? So I kept it inside. So even me saying it today, a very few know of this, but today I decided I am going to say this so that I inspire or I touch somebody that is probably going through the same right now. Because when such things happen, they actually shape you or they help you to be
or they destroyed you.
Or you understand? So at this point for me, when that happened, yes, it did destroy me. But today when I sit down, when I also look at what the Bible says, when it says there are things that are possible, with the word, things are possible. Nothing is impossible with God. Provided you have faith, provided that you believe in God.
Yeah, I want to
Ahuna. So when those things happened, it was to shape me to where I am today. Because those things did cause because it will go a week where I wouldn't, and I'll be like really hungry. And when my mom calls, I'll be like, Mommy, I'm okay. Because I have other siblings back at home where they have to go to school. She needs to feed. She's a single parent.
Yeah.
So I cannot be selfish.
So nga hecho chipinga ba ko humbulela bona mini barathu bawe ori yeni la tshelede thuku ine kha musimi yanga vha kona nthumela kha ishume zwiṅwe hayani. And keeping quiet on the situation even though it's hard.
So, but I believed, prayed, and I got those numbers as I said. I called those people. I went through, and at this time, I did the worry. Centurioni, ndichi apitori nditi sahani. Kezulanda tua. Da ichikoroni echo. Ndichi ichikoroni ndatangana ndajena ndamba na vatu vambizisori ndite. Vakombudza nga ichikoro vakwamba zvote. Vakombudza zi 20,000 registration fees.
And that iyo chelede.
I could only get 300 a month.
Only 300 rand.
Where am I going to get 20 grand for registration? Then they were doing this exams and whatnot. They're like, no, you can go down to the auditorium. You know, there's exams and what. I was like, yeah, let me be part of this. We went in, I did the whole situations. I believe you me. After 2 hours, I went inside the office. The lady said to me, tomorrow come wearing a blue jean and a white shirt.
Okay.
I said, no, wait, I can't afford 20 grand. No, she's like, no, you got a bursary. I said, what? She said, yeah, you got a... I'm like, whoa, what do you mean? She's like, no, you did well, you got a bursary, so you're coming to school. At that point, that's when my life changed. This sounds so far-fetched.
No, the applications.
No, remember when I went in, we were doing exams. So I said, okay, let me go in as well.
Okay.
We went to the auditorium. They were writing some exams. We did some exams, just basic knowledge and stuff because it's a beauty school. So when we done, we had to wait nearly around 2 hours, 3. We waited. Then my time comes for my verdict. And my verdict was that. Okay. I was actually accepted.
So how was the feeling?
I was overwhelmed. I cried. I called my mom right away, though she didn't know what was happening. She's like, are you sure it's not a fly-by-night school?
Again.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, find out, make sure. I'm like, no, this is a very well-known school. So where I'm going with all this, look at what God did. I just told you I wrote something in my blue book.
Yeah.
That was one of the most expensive schools. I didn't pay no cent. My intuition fee literally was over 60,000. I couldn't afford that. but I got a bursary to be able to go to school for nearly 4 years. A full kit was given to me, a full uniform was given to me. With that, I gave it everything that I had. Hence today, I'm one of the best esthetician or skin specialists you'd ever find in the whole of Venda. Not just an esthetician, an international esthetician. So where I'm going with this is when I'm done, as I was telling you, I was staying in Irene. Few days along the line when I got the bursary, I was waiting for a taxi. So I also had problems now going to school. Because money-wise, I didn't. Mukwai Ima, green car, Ajena, she's waving, smiling. And I go, she's like, are you going to Plastico? I'm like thinking, what do you mean? How do you know? I forgot I'm wearing the uniform. Because you know beauty school, you wear uniforms, right? And then she's like, yeah, come through. Let's go together. So I go inside. She's smiling. She's like, you don't know who I am. I'm like, no, I don't. And then she says, my name is Tracy Chambers, and I'm the principal of the school. I'm like, I'll take you, I'll give you a lift. I'm like, okay, whoa, right. She's smiling there. She's like, no, you're going to get introduced to me later on. But otherwise, where do you stay? Guess what? She stayed a street away from me, literally behind. So every single day I had transport to school.
Yeah.
God.
Hey.
Every single day. So as I was going to school, down few the months, as we're going to school, the time comes where we're going, Datomo Tatamera. She's like, are you okay? Marlene, they used to call Marlene is my second name. And she said, are you okay? I just literally closed my eyes and I was in tears. And I said, I'm hungry. Why did you not eat? She asked. Then I started telling her what was happening to me.
The whole story. And then respond yawe kamramsi onopfa.
She didn't understand because she thought I was staying at home.
Yeah.
She didn't know. Like I said, nobody knew. Everybody thought that's my home, but it wasn't. And she said from then, every single day, she made lunch, ya Woolworth, the back. I had everything from your, dried nuts and whatnot. I'm going to a school, where literally I think black people were at 5, the rest were black. Principal I became like,
So
yeah.
Richiko humisela nyana zitoko murao ka diary yawe yini la thuku rangatu ibizori diary the blue one the blue book.
Yes.
Yeah, o swikela he a ṅwala uri ndi kho ṱoḓa u ḓi wana ndi khou dzhena kha tshikolo tsho no ḓura.
Yes.
A dovha hafhu a vha na problem ya transport.
Correct.
Ri tshi khou amba ri sathu swika kha transport hu na zwiḽiwa hafha vhukati zwe zwa vha zwi tshi khou needea zwe zwa zwi khou ṱoḓea uri a kone u vha active a tshi ya tshikoloni. Fhedzi ḓuvha ḽa vha ḽithihi ḽe khazwo hezwo zwithu zwoṱhe ha vha na phindulo ya tshikolo tsho no ḓura, transport na zwiḽiwa same time. Kha ene musi zwi tshi itea ezwi zwithu zwoṱhe Fhato o fila hani o vha muthu wa hani since from a day one zwi tshi itea?
That's one reason why I always used to say I'll tell this story one day. And I guess it's today.
Yes, and it's the right time.
I felt overwhelmed firstly. And to be honest with you, that is the day I really believed that Mudzimu ba hone ba ya tshila. Ne Mudzimu bo ntsumbetsa uri ba hone ba ya tshila and he can make a way.
Yes.
And even today, I do not look back and regret anything that happened. But what I do is, with everything I do, even right now, running my business,
thinking ore you want to go to school, ahuna tshelede, zwiḽiwa ahuna zwine a khou tea u. Oh God.
Yeah, it
was. I'm sorry.
It was really one of those.
But kari sedze hei situation in a way ya uri ṅwana u khou takuwa u khou ṱoḓa ya tshikoloni.
Yes.
Ahuna zwiḽiwa. Oh God. a pain of not having anything, a pain of staying with someone who doesn't even care how you feel.
Yeah.
But every day ukotoda mubona achikoita zvine ene akotoda zvone.
Yes.
Every day ngangoma yana.
Yes.
Then muzimu vasvika une vapindura.
Yes.
Bari hoyu atingamuratedzi. Atingamuritedzi ngauri ukotoita kuwa ukotoisa uya somewhere. Ndi chipinga chori atakuwe ave hapo petu. And we know uri sometimes zimwe situation ziare driver savaswa rasukera hune
We do.
rava na ujia zvitu ngandira ine radha vari kuzvivona nganga chimwe chenecho. You didn't end up telling yourself uri let me find somebody who can help me.
No.
You didn't go in such a way that you ask more people outside or guys ndi na problem ndikotangana izvo, but you choose to keep quiet.
Yes, I did.
And let God va generate ka process ya hezwo zvitu and vasukela hune vapindura. Your mom, she didn't even know uri ukoitia mini kapato. Musi vachimufonera, you keep quiet, vadere I'm okay.
Yes.
Every day.
Yes.
But ndichikotodo uri mini pato richikosidza situation heyi, as painful as it is, uri you conquer and be yourself. I take a courage to stand atanganedza uri I have to do this. Ndifuna utakwanda hey Penny ndikuranesa, you can see I even go to tears because I know I feel uri arali muthu achikodzura every day hana zviḽiwa but huna zviḽiwa zvine zvava hone nga ngomu nḓuni and you know uri zviḽiwa zwi hone. Mara muthu a decide uzvidzumba asi ṱoḓa zwi bvisela khagala umufa. But one thing for sure zwine na nṋe nda khou pfha uri ndi vha proud ngazwo ndi zwa uri you didn't let yourself adale
No.
and go out kha chimwe na chimwe chine changa vha tshi khou itea nnḓa uri a kone u wana thuso, but you stand alone. It took courage for a person to stand alone rather than a crowd.
True.
A zwi ngo ḓala kha vhaswa vhanzhi arali o vha a muṅwe o vha tshi ḓo vha o tenda u dzhia vhutshilo hawe a vhuisa nnḓa a vhu ṱanḓavhudza vhu posela nnḓa uri muṅwe muthu kha ḓe a dzhenelele wa vhuvhili a interfere uri zwithu zwawe zwi kone u swikela hune a vha hone. And not knowing uri sometimes ri nga dzhia dzi decision because of the situation, current situation, ya fhedza i tshi vho compromise kutshilele kwashu, vhutshilo hashu, career yashu, bono ḽawe ḽe a vha khou ḽi tama ḽo ṱoḓa u swikela zwine khou ṱoḓa u swikela zwone zwa fhela zwithu zwi tshi vho ngalangala ngauri ri ḓo vha ro take a wrong decision in a start. But for that ndi tshi khou ṱoḓa uri mini kha vhaṱaleli vhashu vhatikedzi vha red dice, it's painful. Ndi tshiṱori tsho no khou vhavha hetshi. I like the fact that ene muṋe o zwi amba uri hu ḓo vha na ḓuvha ḽithihi ḽine a ḓo kona u zwi bula uri muṅwe na muṅwe a kone u ḓivha. So this is the right time and this is the right day ya uri ene muṋe a kone u bvisela khagala zwine a khou vha nazwo mbiluni yawe. I started kha u ṱoḓa u vhudzisa Fhato uri Fhato ndi nnyi, because I knew there is a lot, there is a story to tell behind Fhato before ri tshi ya kha dzheni yawe ine ya vha hone zwa zwino. Kezwo ri khou bvela phanḓa nayo red dice pictures ri tshi kha ḓivha naye ndi Fhatuwani Matshoko. Ri kha ḓivha naye henefha ri kha ḓi amba zwinzhi zwine ra khou amba zwone ri tshi khou sedza vhutshilo hawe. Ndo ri thome nga tshiṱori tshawe uri vha kone u pfha na vhone uri musi muthu a tshi takuwa a tshi ya huṅwe fhethu zwo vha songo to leluwa, zwo vha zwi tshi khou konḓa ende huṅwe u sina na thikhedzo, u sa ḓivhi uri u ḓo ya kha nnyi, u sa ḓivhi uri u tea u amba na nnyi. Mara ngauri iwe muṋe wa vho ḓivhudza zwa uri ndi khou tea u takuwa nda ima ndi henefho hune wa swikela hone. Fhato kha ri ambe nga career yawe zwa zwino ri khou dzhena khayo career in large ro pfuka kha dzi TS ya
Yes.
ro pfuka zwa zwino kha ri dzhene kha career yawe
Yes.
ngauri zwi ḓa zwori Fhatuwani u dila na mafhungo a skin na nṋe ṋamusi ndi ḓo ṱuwa ndo vhudziwa vhaṱaleli vhashu uri vhatikedzi vha funi vha red dice pictures uri namusi skin tshanga tshi khou ṱoḓa mini ndi ḓo ṱuwa ndi khou zwi ḓivha ṋamusi kha ri ḓo amba nga career yawe zwa zwino
So career yanga ndi ḓo fhedzisela nge ndo namba u fhedzisa uri zwi tshi tea zwezwo ndo no fhedza ndo vha na opportunity ya uri nne ndi kone u ṱuwa ndi yo u shuma America.
yeah
From that, I was one of the few black ones chosen amongst the white. And I was also number one. Then I chose the Shuma America, where I was there for 8 years. And Otomo Shumanga, on one of the best cruise liners, not MSC. You can look it up. If you Queen Mary 2, it's a luxury liner. They call it a luxury liner because it's one of those cruise ships it's who the mostly celebrities, really upper class people, where I learned quite a lot because now you have also spoken of self-love.
Yeah.
And from there, that's when I started really knowing who I am and understanding self-love from a different perspective, looking at the world as it was. Because having been on cruise ships, Atuange, Namotonova, and Tabarara, and Fhatuwani, all of us are from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
From Philippines, Asia as a whole.
So it looks like you guys, you were competing.
You understand? South Africa is there. It's like literally the whole world in a cruise ship. And that's when my life actually started.
Yeah.
And I used to call it #the journey.
Okay.
Right? And it meant it is a journey that I am beginning. A journey which is beautiful. A journey where I'm now out there to actually explore. And I became an aesthetician that one day in London, where I did my training with Steiner. And then I became an aesthetician, meaning I am a fully qualified international aesthetician.
Yeah.
I'm an aesthetician, a skin specialist. So that's purely what happened. And then I started traveling the world. I went on celebrity cruise ships. I went on Holland, America. I went on so many cruise ships where I traveled for the past 8 years, doing exactly what I love. All over the world, they know me. You go to America, you say Marlene, Matshoko, they will tell you she's a girl that knows skin inside out. So as you heard that I had a problem in Uganda, where I started using my own skin first to understand what is it that causes us to have breakouts? Why do we have the pigmentation, the chuvava, and all those things? So I purely became my own, what is this? Productive kushumisiwa. Itisa hari na mini.
Ishuma mini.
Mini, bakompesa zo. Zo atezi zine badziamba bo snail gel, bakadizumela snail gel, TV.
Yes.
I've tried all that. But I found a secret, which is in here, and that's the secret I use even today. As long as you do as I tell you. Already I'm done. I fully know exactly what to do with you. So zvinoenda kofuna zvone ti nena bona rukotoma and vhathu vha ḓo ḓi zwi vhona ari chamba chitu ḓo soko vha na glow vha ḓo soko vha dzi comment uri what is happening because you are beautiful. You have a beautiful skin.
Thank you.
Vana color ya vudisa. So remember, with your color, for an example, we're not wanting to change your color. We want to let it glow. We want to enhance the beauty that you have. Not to you have two colors and all those things. But you are beautiful. But again, if you're going to come and say we're doing your treatments, it's self-love of taking care of your skin, not necessarily to change your skin tone or anything, but to purely enhance the beautiness that you are.
Okay, yeah.
So obviously, as I said, I traveled the world, and funny enough, me being here was never a plan. But I met a very amazing man. He's American, half Caribbean. I ndadwanandi my man.
Yeah, ono diwara.
No diwara.
Yes.
I was traveling the world. I decided, let me come back home to do beba. Corona happened.
Yeah.
2019, I gave birth. 2020, March, I was going back. Sold my house, sold my car. I'm going to America. 3 days, I come home, March, to say bye to my mom. And 3 days after that, the president announced on the TV, shut.
Lockdown.
And as you know, as I said, ndikushuma ga swikepe on he batho ba chitane ba chikubanganya kanje for pandemic yes ato the mini group,
yes.
So the first thing they cut in America obo swikepe he batho banje rothera luzamini mishumo. And that's when I realized, whoa, this is actually happening. I was stuck home now. It went from 1 month, 2 months to being
3
2
months.
years now.
Yeah.
And in the year 2020 December, I decided I need to do something. I worked for a spa I won't mention. I became the best ever. Took it out. It became one of the best spas. But with everything that was happening, I decided I'm a woman of my own. Let me rather stand alone. And that's when March this year, I decided to give birth to my own spa called Kaiko Skin and Spa. And that is what I'm doing now.
Kariambe ngalukanda lune Phato. Ravda zwa runa bathu banji bane una challenge shida khalukanda lawe. Uya wana khamsa chiswikela une ato didzumba no didzumba. Ni wane khamsa chikweta zi makeup zizila ari zi foundation nduri a make sure uri hevula zwire wane khalukanda lwawe azwicha wonala at all. Mara achi wotamba ukadi remaina lady T otorala zvichikadiba honene pala abo bathu vasithusiswani.
Okay, so bakwamba muthu ena vori ukozumba imperfections.
Yes.
So zwine ndadzulelo amba, it's going to go back to the same thing as self-love. Ari ditanganedze
Zwine rava zwone.
ne zwavha zwone ngazwo. Zwi dovha fhe zwa vha kha muthu ena vori unabo bone. Let's say you have a partner. Let them love you for you.
Yeah.
Because in most cases ba wana so ri kho didzumba ri kho ite zwithu re ba ri kho didzumba uri abala bathu ba songo zwi bona uri ne Martina ndi tshivua ndi ba ndo itisa hani. Mara u thoma ita zwezwo ngori iwa a ngo thoma wa ita ni wadifuna.
Yeah.
But if you look in the mirror and you say I'm beautiful as I am, and then when you are still saying that, do not work on covering, rather get a solution to help you with the problem that you are facing. And I am here to able to assist with that. So now you ask story, huiti amini, mutu fano ita amini. Ti, zitu zwingi zwine zwa zwi sumbedzea musi mutu akodi covera. Bawana uri unadzi chuvava, maybe unadzi dark circles, maybe una mapundo ena uri achi visela makeup hachafana.
Yeah.
Ti, zwino zwithu ndi zwine muthu afuna thoma ita dzi facial. Asongo yesa u ita zwithu zwa u renga mafura o mixiwa. Asongo mixiwa maybe nga doctor or anything like that. Someone that doesn't even have an idea of what formulation.
And then you will end up using it and then na wana chipatu chono
vakozvibona chono change. Ndori vaza kofeni vazanara azvifani milenje ndori na color yana itakadzi.
Zviamba zvori ndezvila zvinekani riwana vathu kofeni o a light skin mara zvandani hapa it's difference. Milenje mato a milenje na mini zvothe zvisichafana. Okay.
Zvithu vidzo fi bleaching.
Yeah.
And lightening. Yarukanda. So vathu vanje vako confuse ezvo zvithu vavona ngari ndorunako. You do not need to be a yellow bone to look beautiful.
Kariambe ngamafungo a dead skin.
Yes.
Ndiko ava vatariri vashi ndikombelai vajedzi points vatodzifara chote ngauri hafai namusiri kuamba zvo important avapfiri chikotoamba zvavudi ari kotoda zvo zvonodoto urijaisa ende rikango ritozviamba zvavudi voritecheresa vachikotoripfesesa uri rikuamba ngamini karembe ngamafungo a dead skin.
So dead skin, it's actually vast and it's quite simple. Nena bona rosetsana,
Yeah.
as we're saying.
Yes.
You're looking at the top layer.
Yes.
That's already dead. Right? So zuneka to make it easier for batecheresi or nifeses or rukanda rushimisani. Rukanda ni manikobona rukanda ruti. Sa zuno no the insides so nikobona ruti. Maroro rukando runoni. It's dead. Right? So I call it 5 layers. You'd have the inside of the skin, which we call it the baby layer. The second one will be a teenager layer. Then you have your adult, you have your dying, and then you're dead. So I try not to be too technical. Because if I go dermis, epidermis, you know, I don't want to confuse you. But I always say this is a very nice thing for you to understand.
Yes.
Or ndukori mini. Zvino ndo dziambe dzi chaka dza tharu dza rukanda. Ndo amba thanu ti mara voni vona nti nna saizvi ndondodzana na lady t uko vona nti nendiko vona nti and ndiye neyo ine vona nikoivona nichikuitani nichikotamba kufeni nichikodora zvino uthoma namusi humbulani uri nina thanu
5
and nina baby rune you still have an opportunity to get that baby skin on the top layer, but you need to remove the what? The dead layer. How do you remove the dead layer? By obviously going for your facials, exfoliation the correct way, not necessarily using no. You get an esthetician or someone that is a profession in this field and at the konobatusa will remove the dead layer. And then the more you remove the dead layer, the newer the skin comes. And remember, or the dead skin cells is removed from the bottom to the top. It will take on a normal 30-year-old 28 days. So vachidzura vachihura helani maduva adzura achikogonya mara vone vadzura vakoita facial vakodithogomera rukanda vachita dzi facial ngazvituku ngazvituku itoma yayo tani yaumera murao uri rukanda rwavo ruzvidza re-educating your skin cells where we remove the dead layer. Once the dead layer is removed, we start using the correct products that will penetrate way deep inside the baby layer now. Hola ngwana zvino ukuwana dzi nutrients, the vitamini.
Achibvai.
Uvami. So glow, you literally get the baby skin. So it's just to make it simple. That's how I explained. Uri udithogomera nga rukanda zvishumisahani. And you must have patience as well. Ngori mwana hangothoma ukokova, hangobebwa kokova chimbira ti. So now you must be patient as well.
Musi ndikha steps izvo ndichikotama udiwana ndikusvikira kaine baby skin changa kechi ndikuchitoda ichi ndikuchitoda uri ndifanira va muthu noamba mafhungo avhuḓi nga maanḓa uri kha ri vhe patient ngauri a zwi nga si ḓoḓa nga luthihi zwi amba zwori ndi kha iyi process Fhatu ndi tea u ima u shumisa zwithu zwe nda fhiwa ndi pfuka maḓuvha ndi fanela u shumisa always na u swikela hezwo zwi tshite.
Beautiful question, Lady T. So rambori itea ijia ṅwedzi. So that's 4 weeks. When you ita facial this ṅwedzi uno
ndi vha ndo fhedza ṅwedzi
hafha vhukatini vhone every single day vha tshi yo tamba na mini hoyo muthu ane a khou vha thusa nga lukanda u ḓo vha o vha sumbedzisa uri vhone vha fanela u shumisa mini. Hezwi zwithu zwine vha vha khou zwi shumisa every single day zwi khou bvisa mini dead layer, dead layer, dead layer. Baba bako feeder the nutrients, the correct nutrients, the correct products, the correct molecular structure that's able to penetrate deep into the skin and not work on the top layer. So now this is one of the things that you get confused with. Una product that nitojena shoponi, I don't want to mention names of the shops. Mara nishi jena shoponi, you go in the shelves Nigeria, na in the face wash, in the moisturizer and the SPF. We call those cosmetic products. Meaning cosmetic products na Google na Gino, it will tell you that it works on the top layer of the skin, which is 4 diameter of the skin. 4 diameter of your skin is the dead. Remember I told you about the 5 layers. Is the dead and the dying. So now the 4 diameter symbol cosmetic koshuma kamini ka dead na mini
dying.
Do you think you'll get results? It's dying. It's dead. Hence those products that you're using in the first 2 weeks to the shuma. The stop. So now what you need is something we call pharmaceutical. So now if you go on Google again, this is education, right? So what you'll do is you want to know cosmetic and pharmaceutical. Cosmetic work on the top layer, where pharmaceuticals and cosmeceutical work on the deeper layers of the skin. So these ones, they go on that baby. They're feeding the baby. Baby grow with the good manners. Where now, you're using cosmetics, they only work on the top. It's already dead. Baby wants to grow. So baby will grow, dead will dead. So it's no results.
Yeah.
But patience.
Kezwo zvikatofara chete vukuma namusi ri guda zvinji nga maanḓa ri khou gudesa ri khou guda nga maanḓa zwi tshi ḓa kha sia ḽa lukanda ndi fulufhela na themba zwa uri na vhone henefho vha ḓo vha vho fara zwivhili zwiraru zwine vha ḓo kona u zwi shumisa ngauri lukanda ndi lwone lwa ndeme zwi tshi ḓa kha self love a huna huṅwe zwi thoma hanefha lukandani Fhatu ri tshi khou amba nga tshino tshifhinga Fhatu u na spa tshawe ri khou amba nga muthu o ḓiimisaho o takuwaho wa mufumakadzi regardless the situations but atenda u takuwa a ima. Fhatu u khou wanela gai zwa zwino?
Nṋe ndi wanala Thohoyandou Unit D. I'm inside Style Guest House. So ndi hanefho hune vha wana spa changa. And obviously you never know. We might stand alone one day and have a bigger one on top of a mountain just like MGB. You never know.
Yeah, ndi zwa vhukuma. Kha dzi contact details apa maybe social media handles and everything u khou wanela gai?
So ndi na Instagram yanga ndi Kaiko Skin and Spa, and Facebook yanga nayo ndi Kaiko Skin and Spa. So you can just search it and follow us. Google as well, it's Kaiko Skin and Spa. Twitter, Kaiko Skin and Spa. That's where I'm at.
Aiwa, ri khou livhuwa nga maanḓa vhathu vashu ndi fulufhela na themba uri zwinzhi vho guda no mu wana vha ḓi mu setsha vha ḓo mu wana kha vha vhudze uri a vha setshe gai ambe.
Okay, so when they search me, dzina langa u fhelela ndi Fhatuwani, Marlene, Matshoko. Dzinamba dzine vha nga founela if vha khou nyaga u buka kana vha khou nyaga u ḓivha zwinzhi nga ha spa is 079 360 1690. 079 360 1690. Ndalivhuwa.
Kezwo ri khou livhuwa nga maanḓa vhatikedzi vhafuni vha Red Dice Pictures namusi ro guda zwinzhi nga maanḓa zwine ndi fulufhela na themba zwa uri na vhone henefho vha ḓo vha vho fara zwivhili na zwiraru u itela uri vhutshilo havho na vhone vhu kone u takuwa a vha thu lenga nahone hei nyimele ine vha vha khayo kha vha tende uri vha ḓo pfuka khayo zwa ḓuvha ḽiṅwe na ḽiṅwe ri zwi wana ḓuvha na ḓuvha nahone ari ra ḓifha tshifhinga tsho takuwa ra gudavho ra pfhavho zwiṅwe zwine vhaṅwe vhathu vha khou ṱangana nazwo kha vhutshilo ri a kona u swikelela vhona rinevho ra takuwa ra ima ra ḓiimisa u bva kha nṋe Tendani Lady T Mushasha na Red Dice Pictures ri khou ri haiwa ro livhuwa zwone lini
You suffer from depression? Is your marriage in trouble? Are your finances a cause for concern? Then Blessing Counseling Services is here for you. Contact us on 072 227 4934. We offer anger and conflict management, trauma counseling, support group, and employee wellness. We accept medical aid and cash payments. Find us at 90 McDonald Street in Belfast in Dr. Mtimunye's practice.